Wild like the wolves in the night. When you show me tenderness, love had me blind. Walk in the woods through your eyes. You were a mystery in a disguise. Moving like a whisper on the wind of this year. Forget what you told me, I'll make it out alive. Hold on to your memory, baby, if you hear me, I will find out where we came from. I keep my head held high, strong enough to live another day. I tried 1,000 times, wish we could rewind, but we gone our separate ways. Separate ways, separate ways, a separate way. I keep my head held high. I tried 1,000 times. We could rewind, but we gone our separate ways. Separate ways. Drawn like a moth to the flame. I was a fool for you, stuck in your game. Die in the heart of your lies. I couldn't see the dark inside the light. Creeping on the down low, didn't know what I know. Now you try and tell me I cannot see the truth. Hold on to our memory, baby, if you hear me. Now I know how you did me wrong. I keep my head held high, strong enough to live another day. I tried 1,000 times, wish we could rewind, but we gone our separate ways. Separate ways, separate ways, a separate way. I keep my head held high. I tried 1,000 times. We could rewind, but we gone our separate ways. Separate ways. We could rewind, but we gone our separate ways.
Good time zones, everybody, and welcome. We have made it to Monday. That's a good start. Oh, tech. Why be tech? It's not on my list of things for you to be. Oh well. We'll just have to basically give it a good clobbering and carry on regardless. I do hope everybody had a nice relaxing weekend and is feeling refreshed. No clue whether I am. Who knows? Greetings go out to Frauke and TGM and Raven and Blast and Shadow and anybody else who may be out there. As always, you are fantastic for being here. And hello to Cyber and his bringing in of our fellow goblins, as it were. That's interesting. I did not mean to push that button. Right. Weekend was nice, sunny, plants doing well, excellent. Relaxing weekend. Yes. Well, I mean, in my case today has had horizontal rain. I didn't think I was up in the Highlands. But still, horizontal rain it has been. Always good when you have that. Yay. Ah, dear. Right, let's have a look. Let's unmute the game. So, Friday we kind of wandered off and did many other things. Because I had no brain. That's a chicken. I was wondering what the heck was in the field, but it's chickens. It looked like a cat for a minute. Yes. So we have many buildings in this area. So we've got the storehouse that we've been working on for Aldi stores, and Raven is now on 105. Raven, are you planning on putting on some clothes at some point in stream? Because, I mean, yeah. Blither. Blither. I believe the statement there, Blast, is rigged, because clearly the game is very rigged. Right. Let's see. We have all these stores with a brand new and absolutely functional, honest to God, storage room, which I have taken over as my temporary building site, because why not? Also, hello cat. So I'm no longer living out of a dirt box. I am now living out of a storage room. Yeah, moving on. At least I'm not under the stairs. I mean, yeah. Let's see. We have this building that we have earmarked as a weaver's, and actually, let's start pulling together plans, because I feel like the first thing to do on a Monday is plan. Honest Gov. I mean, it's entirely down to you, Cyber. Up to you. It is your choice. Yeah, I'm afraid going full Karen in this room is not going to help. I have zero control, and management will not be involved. I can't spell woolly logic, I'm going to leave it at that. This building is still the armory. We've got our stables in. This is going to need some retaining wall addition. Up here, this I'm going to say we're going to turn into a workshop. At which point, this building up here will be been meaning to ask this. This is So I've been nicknaming this one, Cyber, Gordonstein Ward. Hey, True Purple. So it is kind of the associated village for the Gordonstein Castle. This one feels like it should be a farm building. Actually, no. No. For the moment, I'm just going to leave that as the word house. I have a thunk, which is probably a bad thunk. So one of the things that's crossed my mind is I want to make it so that we're going to have several towers, like this one that doesn't exist, in here. Even the bad guys with the castle are going to have a town around them. I mean, I would comment on, if you think about it, they've got to have somewhere for all the downtrodden and oppressed to live. Because otherwise, somebody's got to... Yeah, exactly. Somebody needs to do the crafts. If you've got guardsmen on your tower, in your castle, you've got to have them somewhere for their families. That's assuming they have families, other than the ones that you've stolen them away from, etc. Was it Whiteberg? No, not Whiteberg. Whiteberg is somewhere completely different universe entirely. I was trying to remember what the name of the city that the campaign for Critical Role started off in the very first season, when they went after the family that... Yeah, no, moving on. Because although that city was really, really almost totally destroyed, there were still people living there. And they were still in the support of the castle that nobody liked. But I know I'm being early on sleeping, but I'd like to just get rid of the night now, please. Thank you. Right. So, that feels low. It is low. I still find it worrying that I can spot when I've got the volume off just by opening a door. So, what I'm thinking is I want a Golomancy workshop. Yep, that's exactly it, Frauke. The peasant class don't have the opportunity to escape. So I think that these two buildings should be our Golomancy workshop. And I'm out of name tags. Fine. Name tags. Have I mistyped that? Yeah, you're right, I have. Golomancy, spelt that way, is for when you move the move the goalposts on what you're attempting to build. But that's known as scope creep, and has absolutely nothing to do with it. I love the fact that I can see through this wall. That's sorted itself out. Excellent. Yep, scope creep is going to be a thing, as always. Right, so now we've got an idea of where I want to start placing things. Do I want to work... It's one of those, what do I want to work on next? Do I carry on working outwards from Aldi? Oh, and at some point, this needs to be torn down, and... Frauke made the entirely sane suggestion of turning this into a windmill. At least I think it was Frauke. Was it you, Frauke? Somebody made the insane suggestion? Sane suggestion. I fully understand that one. I just think that one would have never gotten past the approvals audits. So I went with something that had a chance. Gunscope with a creeper pattern. Yeah. Equally plausible. And this one, since we've got Golomancy, I think this one possibly a Magician's Guild. Or, more likely, Sorcery Guild. Particularly given the ridiculous tower that we're going to have attached to it. Why not introduce a little bit of magic? Can we have some magic to keep everything... Ravager Breeder. Ravager Breeder. That might be the one up at the top of the hill that I've been trying to figure out what to build. Closest to the so this area. This I mean, that could be a That just raises a dozen different problems. All of them are going to get me killed. Enabling my death with that one. That one's going to kill me. That one is definitely going to cause some OSHA violations. I was watching over the weekend a video from Whip on the... It's not Minecraft... Yeah, it is the Minecraft SOS server. Where he's just built a Ravager Zoo. Farm. Stables. Etc. Whatever. Except he's been calling them moo-moos. And so he hired help to move around the moo-moos. Yeah. I do not need more terrible ideas. Thank you very much. Kindly no. I have many... we have several terrible ideas. Yeah. No, that one is a terrible, terrible idea. And I would also point out airdropped Ravagers. About 100 of them. And for that one, I would recommend looking back at a past Hermitcraft season and going, oh god, no. Yeah, pretty much ODST Ravagers. Right. So now that we've got some vague thoughts, I need to get a ramp. So if we're going to have a doorway here, let's put a doorway in. Fantastic doorway. It's amazing, isn't it? We need to get down to here because it kind of makes sense not to have this go all the way along. So let's sort out some shaping of the hillside. 1, 2, 3. Let's go for 3 4s. This is just shaping out an idea. Welcome to Monday. You never know, I might actually have some form of plan. You see, now that's perfect, because that now lines up with this level of the building in such a way that it's actually achievable. I'm curious. Do I have one of those? Yes, I do. That's alright then. But the problem is, this is still... let's see. Several blocks above ground level. Which means that having that path and this path, and something tells me this farmland needs to go. I've already done most of the work in getting rid of it, so let's get rid of it. Actually, no, hold on to that. Right. Right. Now that I've guaranteed that my inventory is now completely full of randomness. Let's see. How far did we went through 3 there, so let's go for 3. Let's go for a 4 here, because I think we're probably going to want to have a path going up here, going this direction, and a path going along here, going down. And so this will probably be the confluence of things. And by things, I mean paths. Ugh. Don't think we need the lamppost here. Probably need to come up with a better lamppost. Let's see. So if we're going up here, we probably need to bring a little bit... exclamation mark poker start. Yes, that's the one. And you got a Toto deal. Toto dial? You got a thing. Congratulations. You'll also have been given a few Pokeballs, which will come in handy. You should now find that the what's the word I'm looking for? The application below the screen will probably now be able to actually tell you all sorts of things. Cyber just is trouble. But, we are very well aware of how bad of an influence all of this is on everybody. And while I love the planter, I think it's probably time to shift it. Also, hey Ritsu. Before I'm completely rude and don't say hi. Because that would be rude. I kind of feel like it would be useful if the cam account was actually pointed at something useful as opposed to just the top of Gordonstein. I realise it's just been sat there showing Gordonstein Castle, which, fantastic, lovely, beautiful, not what we're working on. So let's bring it over here. Always good to have that that caveat in place there, Cyber. I'm trying to work out how the heck to do this, because it's one of those, I've got a confluence of 4 different paths, because I need one to go back in this direction, because, well, to be honest, we still have to get back over there. And so there's paths going in all directions around here. And the original village was kind of a mess in this area. You see, that's a difficult question, Cyber, because I would almost be tempted to go for the monstrosity. And apparently I'm not the only one. Right, so that's 2 for cheese and 2 for instant noodles. You are a little brain off today. Brain off is wow. That's cruel, Cyber. I'm just looking at this and thinking I probably need a way down from that building directly to the workshop. So let's figure that one out and start putting in some stairs. This is my random flowers, foliage and garbage chest. I love the fact that I have a garbage chest. It's like, what? I'm also distinctly worried by the amount of different things that just take up far too many shulkers. Let's get some you and you and turn you into those, just so that we can do something with that. Just make sure not to leave too many body parts lying around. They tend to mess up the area. Hold on. Where's the wall line? Oh. Also, I think I might have to make this straight stair. Ah. Do I need to make it this? Hold on. Here. Will it actually get high enough if I come up? Ooh, if I go directly up from there, it just fits. I could bring it forward by 1. That might help. Yeah, let's go with sneaking it in here. And as we go through this area and then back up to that. I feel like making this 2 wide is probably better than making it 3 wide, because 3 just feels like it's going to require this to be shaped into the hill way too much. I mean, 2's going to be a nightmare as it is. Hey, Exopol. So if we do that, does that look sensible enough? Actually, these are too wide, so that's being too wide doesn't actually go out of shape. Derp. Derp. No. Anti-derp. I do, however, feel like this building might be an off by 1. No. No. No, 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 no. No, no. I will not move this entire building 1 block that way. Just because I want a gap between the stairs and the wall. I will not... No, I'm not sure. I mean, it also feels like it really needs an extra gap here. So it almost feels like it's an off by 1 in 2 directions. Yeah. Put something on the other side and call it an alley. Yeah. Plus minus 1 margin of error. I'm not sure whether or not you're making this better or worse. I think it'll be fine as is. Moving that way by 1 would be a nightmare. Moving that way by 1 would be a nightmare. Moving both ways by 1, I might as well just tear the whole dang thing down and just resign myself to being completely insane. Wow. Apparently RNGesus has decided that at this point my sanity just left the building. And declared, goodbye. You're early. Move on. Move on. RNGesus, I don't want to go. No. What? Catharsis. Oh, I think the music player's gained sentience. We're all doomed. We're all doomed. The music system has gained sentience. Flee for your lives. Flee. Flee for your lives. Oh, snake. Right. Moving on. Just no. Oh. I swear, this stream just seems to attract chaos and RNGesus to murder my every tenuous grip on reality. Right. Before I totally lose everything that resembles any grip on marbles. My gut instinct is I can put something here. Basically, Frauke's suggestion of an alley. It's not the worst. Oh, hold on. Right. Of course. What the heck is an escavalier? Do I have one? No, I don't. Fine. Let's see if I've got any Ultra Balls left. I'm not planning on having any access to these buildings from this side. This building is at the top of this this outcrop. That's the word. Yay! Well done, Ritsu. I haven't a clue if I got it yet. I'm not looking at the app. So basically, I do not need paths here. These are from the original... Minecraft generic villages do love having their paths just walk straight off of cliffs. I've noticed this. I mean, the worst one is... Or a worse one is over here somewhere, where it just literally dropped by 40 blocks into a ravine. At which point my thought was, yeah, mind the first step. And you're the only one to have caught it, Ritsu. Congratulations. Right. Given that we're at the top of this outcrop with a normal Pokeball, well, nobody ever said that it was not going to be, yeah, whatever. Spirit's in a bad mood, at least. You just have to work your way through it, Blast. You just have to work your way through it. Right. And I need... Let's grab 8 of these. I could have done that just by hand, but we'll use the crafter. Even if the crafter is a doohickey, whatever the heck it is. If we do 2s... but these ones will invert. I'm thinking a well would be useful up here. Cue the obvious joke of well. Actually, those would probably be better as half slabs. Do I have any half slabs? Yes, I have 55 of them. Can't sleep yet. There. Just one well, no need for 3, too much water. What are you on about? Oh, I need some more stone, actually. Let's go from that to that to that. I feel like I should bring up a bucket of water and allow myself to swing it. We'll just we'll escape somehow. Right. We'll work out how to get out of this hole in a minute. Worst case, there's always fireworks. Don't know how deep to make this to be blatantly. Yeah, that's probably getting on for enough. How deep do you want this well to be? Yes. Let's keep going down a bit more, just in case. Note, I am carefully placing myself over the edge of 3 different blocks so that when we inevitably end up digging down into a cave and nearly murdering myself, we actually discover that, holy heck, that's a vein and a half of iron. That's got absolutely nothing to do with what I was trying to say. What was I trying to say? Vein of no, vein of iron was not what I... vein of arthropods? Yeah, no, there's no spiders down here either, thankfully. Yeah, that's probably enough, and then we'll go from there to... It's a vein, you probably think... God... Ritsu, that's both awful and awesome. Congratulations. And that's for okay. Green name blindness again. It's not even the same green. I don't know why I'm suffering from green name blindness when there's 2 different greens involved. I'm sorry. Yeah? Suddenly my mouse lost the ability to twist. Do the twist. No. Hashtag Team Green. Yep. Team Green for life. I believe the response there, Cyber, is you're welcome. At which point, everybody now starts with Moana songs, if they're not careful. You're so vain, you probably think this song is about Gru. No, it's got nothing to do with Despicable Me. Are you? No. Are you? Yes. I don't know if I've got a chest with sand in it, which is kind of surprising. Shows how little I use sand. Yes, there we are. Let's grab 2 buckets of water. Oh, actually, do you have... Yes, you do. Let's make this really, really silly. Do I have any bone meal? I know I've got bone blocks. Apparently I don't have bone meal. And I've taken away that chest that was over by the composter, and I took down the composter. Fine, I guess we're using an entire bone block just to get 1 piece of bone meal. Fantastic. Always sensible. Nearest water supply would be in the Leatherworkers building. Hello, you 3. I feel like I need to put a receptionist in for you and call them Janine. And that really would be... Hello, Landstrad. Oh. Hail hydrate. Right. Thank you. Right. Going down. You... That's a trapdoor, Scots. Right. I really need another one. Because apparently the way that I've placed all of that means I can't actually do anything yet. Yeah, just slammed face first into a wheelbarrow. I just love the view through this window and outdoor, where you can see Castle Gordonstein in the distance, and you've got other buildings starting to show up and so forth. It's one of those, yes, as a result of many, many months of building, I've got a fantastic backdrop. Which reminds me of a comment from Joel Duggan. Oh, I nearly didn't get that right. Earlier of the best way to make your farm build look fantastic is to spend 7 years building a village behind it. West Hill that he's been working on is a 7-year town project, and it does look absolutely fantastic as a result of all of that effort. Also, hair tour. Yikes. Yeah. Some days, trying to... I missed. Let me out. I did not miss. I did not... Well, I did miss. I missed in the wrong direction. Water flowing vertically. Yeah, no. It's both annoying and brilliant simultaneously. Right. Let us add a couple of these. No. These. And that. And those will grow up and will allow us to just have a bit more in there. Yeah, water vertical is just annoying, and that's just deep enough that you can see the graduation and the bottom bit disappearing. Looks fine. Fantastic. Only having to fight myself ridiculous amounts of the time to get these things to look right. I've got moss here somewhere. Found it! Cyber, you and I apparently are sharing a brain cell right now. Because I was thinking exactly the same. The fact that I am now apparently sharing a brain cell with Cyber adds Cyber into the shared brain cell community. Congratulations, you get your library card for the brain cell at the door. If you fail to return it on time at any point, you will be charged by the librarian, who is, of course, Ook. And apparently, I forgot, I'm actually in a well, therefore I need to remember to get to the surface and breathe. Do I have one of those? Yes, apparently I do. to be honest. Yeah, well. You can't really see the moss on that, but oh well. Let's see. You I want back, you I want back, and you I want back. And I'd like one of you. The problem is, not all of those can actually be added to moss, because moss is annoying. So I need... that. Where's my... there it is. I need a pair of those, and one of those. So that we can mossificate the top of the well, because of course at the front here where people are pulling water out of it, it's most likely to have gotten a bit damp. And thus have turned into it. Yay, Cyber! Your first catch. Congratulations and welcome to the chaos. Oh no, Blast! Oh, that's getting a little bit close to being. Whoops. Are you sure you didn't upset the PCG game at some point? Let's take those. Let's see. I'd like a couple of those. Of those, and I'll keep that. And what we will do is we will put this here, this here. Right, I don't like this side. It feels a bit too much like it's actually got a way up, and I'd like this to feel more like it's sort of cliffside, as it were. We will have to come back and fill in the edges. Stop upsetting the spirits. Nobody likes it when you spill their whiskey. Or vodka. Or whatever spirit is the appropriate one for that person. Right. I may need to take out a couple here. My brain is failing to parse EU4. Balls and spats will be not be tallied from this quarter. Well, thank you, Landstrad. Okay, that feels a lot better. We might need to do something here and here. Maybe that. That works. Europa Universalis. Same sort of... okay. Now I recognise the name. Right. Let's see. I think that should probably be moss. Those two. That one and that one will probably need to be... well, hold on. I can make that. If I do that. So we'll do those. That probably needs to be tough. Then we need to start bringing this around the edge, but I'm not landscaping today, honest gov. Really? Could have fooled me. You've done 90% of what you've built today has been landscaping, Scots. I feel like I need a build... no, I don't. I know what I need here. Right. Golem tower here. Bubble. What have I been marking those out as? Dark oak. Are you my dark oak? No. Are you my dark oak? Yes. Are you my mummy? Right. Okay. One, 2, 3 here. No, that's not right. How big have I been making these towers? I like the way it's... How big have I been making these towers, of which I've not constructed a single one yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wide. Hello, chicken. So, 5 wide means we have a cliff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, wonderful. 2, 3, 4, 5. At some point we will turn these into a standardized building and actually put something in, preferably with iron golems. This will be partially where the concept of the iron golems in the large mine at Castle Gordonstein comes in. So that might not be entirely a prison. It might be, how shall we put this? Specially constructed slave labour quarters. That doesn't sound any better. We shall create iron golems and use them as specially created slave labour. Yeah. Not sure that's going to sound any better in world lore. Oh well, moving on. Hey, Kel. Happy Monday. Don't mind me, I'm getting disturbing. Let's see. This is probably going to be entirely a stone outcropping. And so too is that. That needs to move at some point. Right. So, now that we know that we've got all of this... So we have path now. No. That's me disturbed. Slightly different, similar concept. Don't worry. Understandable how you can get it mixed up. Right. Yes, the sickness must be purged. 1, 2, 3, 4... No, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. Is that 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yes. Why am I going uphill to go back downhill? I feel like that might have been the long route to get to bed. Oh well. Bounce off the walls. Do I want to make this... I feel like I should take advantage of the fact that there's stone starting to show up here. Going to bed with adventure. That, Kel. raising. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put that there. I believe the answer to that is no, you do not dare. Nobody asks. Right, so what I might do is have it so that we have the retaining walls in here, but actually we don't use all of it as retaining wall, and we start bringing in yes. So do I... Oh, fantastic. I actually do have a large amount of stone in my inventory. So let's take out some of this. Ooh, andesite vein. Always nice to see one of those. And then we do the same sort of thing here, except there. Stone over dirt is a no-no. We do not like stone over dirt. Still have rules. And we'll start this being a bit of a no. Outcropping. So this is where we start building in the concept of this being a massive stone outcropping on the top of the hill. It helps with working out the weathering and everything that is going into... No. Going into the sort of rough and weathered area that this is. Take out. We'll immediately put one of you in completely the wrong place. Fantastic. And then another couple here. And a bit more dirt to fill it in. Oh, that's nice. So this area has been... will have held back by some of the buttressing, but then we'll have it slowly swap over to being I'm not sure if I need more or less alcohol to cope with this week. Thank you, Blast. Thank you. I did need a dictionary, apparently. Right. No. Why have I got an egg in my inventory? Okay. How far can we yeet a chicken? It's out of here! That went way beyond range of being visible. What a shame. What was the oops for? We all know that the number of times that I've been smacked in the head with a well-flung dictionary is entirely normal around here. Blimey, this chest is a bit of a chaos merchant. So what we might also do is have it so that some of this is a bit more sort of clearly carved out of stone as well. And then we can bring in things like this. And I just cut all of that out with fortune for some reason. Oh well. do I still have moss in my inventory? Yes. Then maybe I should be cutting this out with fortune. Because I can then do this. And will it blend? I hope it does, because it's mossy cobble, and usually mossy cobble blends quite well with tuff. Let's do a bit there. You and you. Let's bring this into that. Those two can be turned into cobble. Excuse me. Cobble. Cyber's on a roll. That probably needs to be... so does that. Blast. What did you do to the the PCG gods? Because you clearly have upset them quite heavily. I mean, granted, I know I've upset them because every time I have attempted the Poker Daily reward, which, for those who aren't aware of what the heck I've just mentioned, is where you can go into their Discord, type Poker Daily, and get given a freebie. The freebies I have been getting recently have all been the common ones, which basically, I think yesterday, I need to try again today. Yesterday was 48 poker dollars and a single common Pokeball. At which point I was just like, wow. That just didn't like me. Let's take that one out. Turn you into that. These we will shore up this area with our buttressing. That's the word I'm looking for. Is it buttress? No, it's not buttressing. It's retaining wall. Duh. Need different metal. You. Put that there, because I'd like to turn that into an inverted... Actually, yeah, we can turn that into an inverted stair, and I'm out of cobble. I need more cobble. Today on construction techniques of a madman. You we will replace with cobble. Cobblestone pie. Really should probably do... yeah, okay. Those two should be that. That should probably be... those two should probably also be that. And there should probably be a stair or a slab there. So let's get a couple of slabs in mossy cobble. And a quick nap, apparently. You three will turn into half slabs. 3 more will turn into... That's not the... That's the one. You should probably just be cobble. And should you? And we'll probably do a little bit of mithering of the edge up the top here. JD, greetings and welcome, and thank you for joining. Good to see you here. You catch me attempting to turn a wall into a cliff face, or a rock face, or something. There was an attempt at words in there. It's usually a result of me being unable to cope things. Gonna watch a few strange things. Enjoy, Ritsu, and thank you for wandering in. And I get another dictionary. Thank you, Kel. Right. What did I... doesn't matter. I will be able to see on this side. Yes. Spruce. G'day, Spruce. There we are. And... have I got any dark oaks? Yes. Oh. My inventory is apparently incapable of supporting anything else. Why do I even have oak fence and a trapdoor? Oh, that would be from the blah, blah, blah. That would be from a few things that I've taken down. Nope. I know where I store stuff. Really, I don't. There we are. Dark oak panels. Excellent. Okay. So this area is the one that I want to make look like it's been held back by people. Nah, let's go one lower. Take this out. Right, and now we'll rough it up a bit, preferably with an axe. Dark oak logs. They're planks, Scots. Don't be a planker. Did that just turn around after I placed it? I need a half slab of... no, I don't like that there. I like a half slab there and a half slab there of cobble. I just failed to door. I suppose I've got any... Nope, that would have been too easy. Fine. If in doubt, make more than we need. It'll get used eventually. Yeah, such as here. A little bit there. I didn't order rain. Right, so this is the area that I want to make look like it's been held up by the mix of... that's going to need something special. Or we just do that. And then do that. That'll work nicely. And then those two need to become... Yeah, let's make them... What do we make them? Yeah, let's make those two planks. Which also means this one probably has to be taller. I don't suppose I've got any dark oak wood. Let's see. Oh, that needs to... that will need to change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That will need to change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yay. I was up there. Okay, I think I need 14 and some. I have 7. It's a good start. It's not quite the number I was looking for, but it's a good start. And 5. 5 might actually be the right number. Nope, wrong one. Right, let's make those into those. Right, let's see. If we place 1, 2... No. No, you're not supposed to be there. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6. Off by 1 number. You know that 14? It's actually 7. Sorry. 13. Dang it. One of these days I will learn to count. Today is not that day. Tomorrow probably isn't either. You aren't supposed to be that. I need 2 half slabs of this. I feel like this needs something. Possibly just mossing. Let's do something along here just to break up the edge. I'm going to need more half slabs. I've got them. Yes, you 3 will be nice. Don't want you, don't want you, don't want you. And apparently my off by 1 arrow is going in here. You can go back in here, you can go back in here, and I need some of those. Oh no, Hunter! I hope you look after yourself. And I hope you feel better quickly. Oh yes, that's what I was doing. I wanted those 3, so let's do... I was about to say, yeah. Let us know which one it is, and that's a thunderstorm. That's a thunderstorm. That's changed from being storm... no, that's a no. Right, now that I'm not being distracted by a thunderstorm, if you're watching a really awesome Minecrafter, let us know who it is. I kind of feel like I would like to turn these into a little bit more... Wait a minute, did Blast just catch something? Okay, how's that look? Ooh, I like that. Finally. You never know, it might be the break you've been looking for. New dice made all the difference. Who put their dice in jail? The losing streak is over. Now that you've said that, we're all doomed. Is Blast. Awesome. Okay, let's do that and that. That's nice. That brings that area. I love the fact that I haven't built this building and I'm already decorating the landscape in front of it. Focus, Scott. Come on, you can do it. It is that thing that you occasionally have been able to function. There. Right, so now that we've got... building the roof of a building coming into the way on the cam account. Let's see. So we've got the edge of the... Let's make it easier for you to see what I'm looking at the moment. Now that we've got this into place, that looks nice. I like that. I want to do the same with this area. And really sort of make this look like a very rocky outcropping. Thank you, JD. I wanted to make it look like it's sort of got human intervention and natural landscape in it. And because the whole goal, if I pull back a bit... Thank you for the gift sub, Hunter, and welcome to the SLA team, JD. I want to make this whole area look like it's a very sort of rocky outcropping on the promontory that this village is on top of. Because it kind of fits with what we've been doing with the castle just down the road. This is the Ward 4. Because we've already done... Where is it? We've already done this hillside as a very sort of rocky and interesting area. And it seems to be collecting chickens that are stuck partway up the hill. Oh, and a sheep. I love the fact that we seem to be collecting animals that are trapped on hillsides. But yes, this fits with what I want to have of a very, very rocky and heavily landscaped area. This one is currently very green because it's got that waterfall. Look after yourself, Blast, and hopefully the losing streak will not follow you next time you join. Anybody who is streaming the PCG. What is down here other than this rabbit? Oh, I may have to make something of this. That is interesting. That is really, really interesting. I feel a sinkhole being added. It's the Hill Castle. Gordonstein is built on Mount Balboa. No clue. This is my private world, JD. I started this 2.5 years ago. As a sort of, I need to have a long-term world. And yeah. That said, I still really haven't figured out what I want to do on Infinity Cove. I do occasionally cyber. I've started working on some landscaping around Advancement Land. But I don't stream from Infinity Cove, which I think is probably the more specific distance difference. I've been keeping Infinity Cove as so Infinity Cove is the Patreon server for people who support Joel Duggan. Yeah, Advancement Land's going to be really, really just annoying, for want of a better description. But given that that area is going to be decorated, or going to have people going through it for the, is it the 3rd anniversary, or for the anniversary of Infinity Cove later in the year, I've been looking at what people have been doing and going, you know what, this place needs to be landscaped. So yeah, finishing the train of thought, because occasionally I do try to. Yes, Infinity Cove is part of Joel Duggan's community. That needed not to be there. Which I've been occasionally hanging out in. Yes. And Hunter is very much an active part of Infinity Cove. Far more than far more than anybody that short of Elkhorn, by way of streamers. There are other very active members of Infinity Cove. I think Turing has recently been streaming from IC. Hunter, you only have 2 states: chaotic and absolutely chaotic. I need half slabs in mossy cobble in a minute. Do I have a shout out for... I have a shout out for Joel Duggan. There you are. And while I'm at it, let's start the shout out go round. We've got Joel, obviously. Just chipping in there, we have Hunter, who is regularly streaming from Infinity Cove on an irregular basis. We have Elkhorn, who might not be here right now, or might be here. It's very difficult to tell sometimes. Also, regularly streaming from there. And shifting off to the left a little bit, we also have Raven, who has been streaming an awful lot. Shush door. Hey! Am I allowed to say that that was actually a deliberate statement? Just because it sounded wrong doesn't mean it wasn't actually deliberate. What? Potato, potato. You say excuse, I say it's intentional. I would like to turn that into that, because it gives it a little bit more texture. And the same here. And then this one. I'm going to actually leave the coal, because I think the coal gives this a nice feel. So let's mutter as we realise that I don't have any more mossy cobble to put in here. That's a shame. I wanted more mossy cobble. I'm out of moss. There we are. More moss. Did I put down some... Well, I've got those, so I might as well hold on to them. Let's take about that many and turn those into half slabs. You turn into cobble. What am I going to do with an axe in my inventory there? Let's just axe Ging for trouble. I really hate it when blocks end up twitching stuck in a wall like that. Right. I think I need more of the cobble. Oh, that's nice. That's starting to feel very much like the outcropping that I wanted to have. Let's put in a couple of bits of those. And then what we'll do is we'll drop the occasional bit of rock onto the floor here. So it looks like it's had stuff collapse a bit. We'll come back through with some gravel in a minute as well. No. Thank you. Ooh, that made a huge difference, just putting those in. This, I think, will leave us dirt. Those need to change. That one, that one, that one, and that one. 1, 2, 3, half slab, which also means that the one behind it needs to change. That's better. That sort of gives us the gradual change. Half slab here, half slab here, half slab it is there. No, not needed. Or if it is, it probably should be... Nah. That one, however, needs a half slab. Maybe. No. If that one's going to be a half slab, that one needs to be mossy cobble. And... oh, I'm out of cobble. There. Yes. Very much so, Cyber. Why am I doing that? Once I've got the shape right, I will be adding in... I mean, at the moment, we've got no foliage on either of these. So, there will be foliage going in later. But yes, I think something like that is probably going to be necessary, yes. That... no, I'm going to leave those as they is. Well, the fact that my inventory pointer is just literally 2 blocks away from a... oh, how much cobble did I pick up? From a shovel, and I'm completely ignoring it. That probably should be... there should be gravel in this. Let's pick up some gravel. Let's pick up a bit more than just 4 blocks of it, though. Right. That one and that one, I think, would be good. That one and that one would be nice. You... I'm working on the assumption that if this is like this, there would be screefall. Let's put a couple along here. That changes the tone a lot. Foliage will really add a lot to this, and I think I want it to be quite rocky up to the edge. So let's go with... I'd like to climb this wall, please. Thank you. Wrong type of scree, Cyber. So I say, why is there a horse there? But of course there's a cart there that the horse is attached to. Very loosely. Actually, no, that's probably a good block to put there. That's a bed. Fantastic as a building block that it is, honest gov. Unless I happen to have a load of paintings to turn it into the elk bench, it's not a good thing to be placing there. And I don't have the concept of an elk bench in this world. Praise the elk bench. Exactly. let's go with those for that one. Make that a little bit more rocky. I love the way that every so often I just remember I'm carrying a shovel, by the way. It's like, oh yeah, I've got a shovel. Derp. Why do I still have spruce trapdoors? I haven't been working on that section of thingamajig for a while. Of course. Welcome back, Raven. Yep, that's looking good. I need to unfreeze the stream. Why do I... Oops. You're not wrong there, Tor. You're not wrong there. But that's a vicious thing to point out. What was I looking for? Nope. Yes. Apparently I don't have much coarse dirt left, though. Yeah. Or the ability to jump up and down successfully. This one, I think, will make gravel. Coarse dirt, definitely coarse dirt. More coarse dirt. I just took damage from the edge of a pressure plate. I just... Slightly busy there then, Raven, is what you're saying. Yeah, that's feeling good. Let's take out some of these so that we've got more of that rugged and yeah, rugged and windswept was the look we were going for, wasn't it? Certainly it wasn't ruggedly handsome. This is not Castle. Or Nathan Fillion. That feels like it should be. And immediately I'm back to not paying attention to the fact that I actually have a fire extinguisher in my inventory. Yeah, that looks okay. Yeah. Right. let's see if we can get... So Cyber commented earlier on something that made an awful lot of sense, which kind of threw us all for a loop because it was Cyber. Just kidding, Cyber. Don't worry. Let's get rid of... Right. Where's my foliage boxes? Nope. Ooh, that's not going to hurt. That's not going to work even. Right. Rooted dirt it is. 4 of those. I have shears. Excellent. I'm fairly sure you can only get roots from rooted dirt, which is annoying. So let's temporarily place that there. Immediately spend a little bit of time right-clicking and left-clicking. That's better. Right, now we can do a bit of this. Your house slabs. There. We can also do a couple of those around the corner, and then I want to come back through with mangrove roots. Do I have mangrove roots? I know I've seen them somewhere. I have no idea whose idea that was, because that one basically grew out of control once it started. Fine. Whoops. That didn't work. I definitely dropped my gravel. Now I need to go and find out where I dropped it from. You know, these are perfectly good stairs. It would be useful if I could climb them. There. Accurate and completely useless. You've definitely been around this group for a long time, Hunter. Right, let's get myself some more bone meal. actually wanted is a load of grass, because bone mealing grass doesn't cause it to grow on coarse dirt, but you can place it onto coarse dirt, which will make it look a lot more interesting, and actually is something I really should have done in the deadly sheep pens. Ah, being attacked by a black sheep. It's gonna kill me. Actually, can you place those on? Yes, you can. Good. Stay. I'm not sure I want so much grass right in the middle of this path. This area hasn't been foliaged yet. We'll come back with foliage at some point. This area, however, has. Or should have been. Yes, absolutely, very deadly sheep. Still keep wishing I could put grass on top of gravel. Have a good dinner. Right. Okay, that looks better. See? Danger. Murderous black sheep. Even the sign says it. Look, if I could explain myself, I would probably not bother. Where's my moss supply? This is my secondary moss supply. It's not the primary, but it'll do. Six of one, half a dozen of the other. I haven't yet decided. That film is a very, very silly film, though. Now, I can't place... I can't bone meal this because it'll destroy these. So what I do need to do is get some more grass. Purple what? Best zombie film of the 21st century. I haven't watched it for a while. It's what I would describe as a distinctly you have to be in the right mood for it kind of film. And I have not been in the mood for that film for quite a while. Okay, I am happy with that. I put away the mangrove roots because I never put any in around the corner. Let's bring the camera over straight through the house. Let's deal with this wall. Kind of moving that needs a good drink. Yep, that definitely is certainly a thing. Right, let's make this look like it's got a lot of dead on it. Quite literally, Black Sheep is the name of the film, Raven. It's all about a zombie sheep outbreak in... Is it New Zealand or Australia? I think it's New Zealand. A unscrupulous sheep farmer does disturbing things to sheep. And they end up murdering everybody. Short version. Okay, that feels a lot better now. I like that. That feels so much better as a cliffside. Pretty... no, by unscrupulous things to sheep, I mean cloning and dangerous experiments. Also, yes. Still wish you could put stuff on top of gravel. That now actually deals with the area behind this building, which is good because it dang well needed it. I kind of feel like I should go through with coarse dirt in a few places back here because it's not going to get much light back there. Ooh, podzol would probably be better than coarse dirt. Because, well, it'll infer the shade. So let's do that back here. Still forgetting I've got a shovel. Probably should come back with some coarse dirt as well. I think you can put grass on top of podzol as well, which would be useful because I'm going to need it. Alright, let's get the coarse dirt, which I should have picked up the first time when I was through there. Podzol. Oh, is that all the coarse dirt I've got? And that's all the gravel I've got. Dang it. Why do I feel a trip to IKEA coming up? Because of lack of resources. It's usually a good reason for going to IKEA. Right. Give me some good grass. Thank you. Right. Ooh, 19. That's a nice number. Keep thinking you can put grass on top of rooted dirt? That's not rooted dirt, Skirts. You're gonna have to mentally get yourself right on that one. Also frozen. Right. Don't suppose I've got grass in one of these. Yes. Excellent. How convenient. How amazing. How fantastic. It's quite useful. Why do I have azalea bushes in two different... Gah. Right. We are pretty much out of gravel. We are definitely out of... Yeah. Right. Is there anything else we need at IKEA? I think we're out of spruce. Oh no, we've got 2.5 stacks of spruce. That'll keep us going for at least 20 minutes. Unless I build anything that needs a large amount of trapdoors. Right, I need to go AFK for a second. I will be back in a minute. And I'm back. Right. To IKEA. Let's see if we can grab the stuff that I am out of before we run out of time. Whee! Yikes. Nearly splatted. That would have been bad. Right. Come fly through the nether. Not that build. Somewhere in here we have IKEA. One of these days I really should actually spend a little bit of time working on IKEA itself and finishing off the interior decoration. Hello things, hello Stuffy. Always good to see you two. How you doing? Oh, it's getting dark outside, so let's have a quick nap. Why does that cat with the fire behind it just look so dangerously wrong? It's Demon Cat rising from the fires. Mew. Moving on. Anyway, it could be worse if it was a black cat. I don't think I have any black cats in this region. So, normal cat. That too. Yep. Fairly sure we had a decent amount of that. Let's grab another couple of stacks of the... where are they? Andesite. Just in case. Nope, not those. think we're okay on that lot. This is getting into the nether materials, which we're not using, and this is the end materials that I have never used in a build. And I really should think about this colour occasionally. The end stone colour might be quite an interesting one for sorting out some buildings. I need to have a think about what it would go with. I should check one of the block palette websites and see what end stone and some of the block derivatives of it from. Yeah. I should probably put an end to neglecting those building materials. You know, if that wasn't such a terrible pun, I would actually agree with you. Right, now that we've just seen the most disturbing baby in history, small child of danger. I don't, just no. Right, let's have a quick stop on top of this tree. This is a building, not a tree. Let's see. I think we need to do something here. Maybe a little pond of some form. Actually, that might be nice. A little pond in front of it would probably actually be quite a nice addition. Then we bring that path over to this path outwards a bit more, and this area is probably quite good. Because having a little pond here would indicate some sort of water supply for our horses, which would make sense. Did we put a water supply in the building? Welcome back, JD. It's going well. Just had to go and collect more materials because I'd run out of gravel. And was starting to run low on andesite. The hillside is now looking much more like the rocky outcrop that I was thinking of, and I have just added scope creep into the conversation in the form of a little pond to go into this area. So let us... no, that's... wow. That's a mess. Right, let's start thinking about where we want to put that. So, it doesn't have to be big, and in fact, it probably really shouldn't be big. And if we bring the camera count back round, we can help see what we're doing. So, I'm just thinking... that sort of size is probably about right once we've started putting in half slabs to edge it and so forth. And we can probably bring through a little bit in the middle for a second layer of depth. Yeah, let's get some mossy cobble half slabs. I do not need fireworks. Fireworks even. Did I have any more? Oh, I did. Fantastic. I don't actually need to make any. Let's not overdo this. Bit like that. Some here. You and you. And then we put mossy cobble in a couple of places around the edge. Eventually I will remember I have a fire extinguisher in my inventory. That'll work nicely, and then I've got one more of the half slabs to go there. That's nice. I like that. Let's bring in some water. I said no such thing, Raven. Why ever would I overcomplicate anything? It never ever happens. In no build have I ever overcomplicated any particular build ever in history. It's an absolute lie, and anyone caught pressing X to doubt right now is probably accurate. Hey, at least I know that I'm completely making it up. Right, add a bit of that. That looks nice. Let's get some more foliage into there. Not out of that we won't, but we can put the cobble away. And we can put away the buckets. Let's get 3 of those. Wow! Just wow! Let's go with spruce. I think spruce is probably the appropriate addition to this. I feel slighted. Or should that be slightly accurated? See, it's amazing what that little amount of change does to this. And what I'm going to now do is... where's my lighting box? Ugh, really? Is that all I have in... I bet I said over the weekend that I was going to go through and make some more glow lichen. And, of course, at no point did I actually go through and make some more glow lichen. That's a half slab. That's a block. Lost the microphone mute button just as I sneeze. Oh, fiddlesticks. There's still some zeros over here. However, we can come back to that later. Because at no point have I ever actually managed to not return to a build. That really, really has sorted out the landscaping around that next build. I mean, we've not done anything about this side yet. We've got the beginnings over here, and we've got all of this to build. Also, I think that farmland I might actually turn into a full field the same way that we've done over here, so that we have fields outside of a house. And actually, I might do a small field here. That might be a good idea. Tiny little field here, just with something like carrots in it, or beetroot, because nobody ever uses beetroot. That way we've got some sort of indicator that people are using the space around their houses to help them live. But I don't think I really want to actually build those until we've, you know, done something sensible, like building the house. I love the way that it's got pillars and a roof, and it still has nothing that resembles an actual house yet. It's like, yes. I should also do something about the sides of the... Yeah, okay, let's fix that staircase, because that is the bit that makes me wince. So it's normal for a Scotsman build. Look, just because I have past history of building everything and then remembering, by the way, I should have walls and an interior. And a fire extinguisher. Absolutely. Walls are incredibly useful things, Ritsu. Nope, that's not going to have all that. Or that's the same one. There we are, 25 of those. Dang it. Feels almost too much, but it looks about right. Really? I'm being stopped by a button. That's in the place. That's good. That feels better. That also anchors those to that building, and I can't believe I've got to take away a button here. Yeah, you're right. I've got one spare. I can't believe I've got one spare. I haven't even noticed that one, Raven. Elkhorn! 10 minutes to spare. Well done. Okay, that feels good. I think what we'll do is we'll have a side door coming out of this building and going down to there. Where's my... That's a no. What am I going to do with this warped button? Let's put it there. So we'll have a doorway here-ish leading down to the storeroom of Aldi. Still need to do those. That area's empty. Tree? You think we could get away with a tree here? It might be too much. I think it would be too much. Let's have a think about that one later. Yeah, it would be too much. It would distract from the background. But then again, those trees have really helped anchor this into the world. I could make a small one like that one. Just a 4-block tall tree, just... Yeah, a 4-block tree here would be good. It would help hide this corner a bit. That might be a build for another day. I'm not sure I can build that in about 5 minutes. Can I build a tree in 5 minutes? Let's find out. Do I have the materials? Yes. Did I go for roots on the top of this one at all? Or is it just... No, it's just. Right, fine. Yes, I can build that in 4 minutes. And then we can probably decide that it absolutely looks wrong and rip it out in 3. Yeah. You. No, that looks right. Oh, hold on. I took my totem of undeath out of my inventory. That actually looks good there. I think about the only thing might be making it just a fraction taller. Like so. At which point I think I probably want that. No, not that one. Yeah. Actually, what might work is if we take out you and replace those with 2 of those and that. Hey Nuska, welcome home, and yes, you are just ahead of Pretty's o'clock. There was one more thing I wanted to do. Oh yes, I wanted to hit that area with some bone meal. Have a good dinner, Ritsu. Do I also want to hit this area with... Yes, I do. I've got just enough time to finish off. Right. Right. That's better. No! Dang it. That just took out my glow lichen. Oh well. Could really do with a little bit of gravel in this, in a couple of places, just to finish it off. It's like, one more thing. Let's see. Here. Here. Whoops. And... Uncle! Yes. And for those who have never watched the Jackie Chan adventures, why not? Right, now we can hit it with the bone meal that I picked up. And that's got it. That is perfect. Just enough that the pond is just disappearing into the background. Right. And so, we are at the proverbial wrapping up point. And let's have a look at this in Pretty's mode. Oh, I very, very much like the way that this looks. And I'm going to get out the way of these god rays, because that really, really looks nice. Yeah. Let's get the clock reset through to the morning. Come on, let me sleep. There we are. Oh, very yes. What about our other section that we worked on today? Oh, equally yes. That really works nicely. And I know we haven't really done a huge amount up here with the well, but I think that's going to add in a lot. I always feel that these the streams where I've just focused on a little bit of landscaping around something that I'm going to build, it takes a lot of... It always feels like it takes a long time to get it, but really it just adds huge amounts of detail. I think tomorrow I want to work on the house and the workshop, so that we actually have the rest of this attached in functionally. Yes. And while you're here, Elkhorn, it'll take me just a matter of seconds to quickly fly over here. And this is what I meant by the use of smokers as anchor points for a hinge. So there's one. Or if we go further uphill into one of the armoured gateways, I've got a whole row of them for locking closed this door. Put some clothes on, Nuska. I think there was a third location where I might... a couple of other locations. Did I do them down here? No, those don't... Oh, no, they have. Those have hinges as well. That's more information about how you sleep than I ever really wanted to know, Nuska, but equally perfectly sensible. Yeah, apparently I did put the hinge in here as well, and on this one. So we've got a pair of hinges on these two doors. I'm staying out of that conversation. But yes, that slight folly around the that slight roam around the world was because I'd been having a conversation with Elkhorn yesterday, I think it was. No, actually, it would have been Saturday, about the use of smokers as anchor points for hinges and for lampposts and for things like that. But I really, really like the way that this set of buildings is coming together, and the way that they feel like a very rocky and windswept landscape, particularly when combined with what we've been doing with our murder sheep farm and everything else around this area. It's starting to really join together. And I think I did the same down... Yes, I did. We've got quite a bit of sort of wind-swept, gravelly ground around here as well. There's an awful lot of joining up to be done, though. But then again, there's an awful lot of building to be done. So, go figure. On that note, however, we have reached the wrapping up point for the evening. And I think we've been fairly successful with all of that. And yeah, no. Right. I would like to say thank you to everyone for joining me this evening. It has been fantastic getting to work on all of this and to see the progress. I posted an announcement into my Discord, but I will say it here. There will be no stream on Thursday, unfortunately, as I have some business. Basically, we've got things going on at work, and I need to be there for a lot longer than usual on Thursday, and will not be able to actually get back home in time for stream. So there will be no stream this Thursday, the 18th. I will remind everyone on Wednesday, as long as somebody reminds me. I thank you to everyone for being here. Thank you for all of those who are streaking, for the gifted subs. Basically, you are all amazing. Wonderful to have you all here. I hope everyone has a good time zone, and I hope everyone has a fantastic evening. Look after yourselves. Bye-bye.